Barmy Army, a group of passionate England cricket supporters, stand firmly in the belief that the Ashes rivalry between England and Australia surpasses the intense rivalry between India and Pakistan. Very few people in India or Pakistan are likely to agree to that, while both rivalries hold a special place in the hearts of cricket enthusiasts. The Ashes embodies a unique blend of tradition, history, and unparalleled intensity that sets it apart. The Ashes rivalry traces its roots back to 1882, when Australia defeated England for the first time on English soil. The famous obituary, published in the Sporting Times, lamented the death of English cricket and sparked the birth of the Ashes series. The historical significance adds an extra layer of intensity to each encounter as players and fans alike strive to reclaim the symbolic Ashes urn. The biennial Ashes event stirs heightened nationalistic pride, overshadowing the spirit of the gentleman's game. Players become indoctrinated with the importance of representing their country, while fans believe that a loss on the field tarnishes their nation's global standing. The collision between Shoaib Akhtar and Sachin, resulting in a run-out, initially made Shoaib the most hated man in Kolkata. The passionate crowd struggled to accept the unfortunate but correct interpretation of the playing conditions. However, in a remarkable turn of events, the very same crowd found admiration for Shoaib Akhtar when he produced a match-winning spell for the city's T20 club. This transformative experience highlights the complex nature of fandom, where jingoistic attitudes can give way to genuine appreciation of rival players' magical moments. Here's an unconnected set of births in England and another similar set in Australia. Till you realize that these kids are destined for greater things far away from home. They are our crossover cricketers who have moved over from the country of birth to play for their biggest cricketing rival, bringing a new dimension to the rivalry between the two countries.
Attention passengers. This is the final boarding announcement for passengers travelling to London Heathrow. The following passengers, please identify yourself to a member of the crew if you are on board: Billy Murdoch, John Ferris, Sammy Woods, Albert Trutt, Gubby Allen, Adam Hollyoak, Ben Hollyoak, Jason Gallion, Tim Ambrose, Sam Robson.
Attention passengers. This is the final boarding announcement for passengers travelling to Perth. The following passengers are kindly requested to identify themselves to a member of the crew if they are currently on board: Charles Bannerman, Tony Dell, Archie Jackson, Andrew Simmons, Sammy Carter, Billy Midwinter. If your name was called, please make yourself known to one of our crew members promptly. Thank you.
The Ashes rivalry has long captivated not only cricket lovers but also the wider sporting community. The media frenzy surrounding the series, with its captivating headlines, in-depth analysis, and passionate debates, all contribute to the grand sense of occasion and elevate the rivalry to an iconic status. Amidst the challenges posed by the COVID pandemic, the Australian media, renowned for their unapologetic wit, found creative ways to have a playful dig at the expense of the visiting England team. Coming to our story, I have posed a question to each of the 5 players who hold the distinction of playing test matches for both Australia and England. Here's what they had to say. John, as a cricketer who played for both England and Australia, could you share your thoughts on the notion of dual loyalty?
Certainly, I'd be happy to address that question. As a cricketer who was born in Australia and later had the opportunity to represent both England and Australia, the concept of dual loyalty is indeed an interesting aspect to discuss. Now, With regards to the notion of dual loyalty, I must clarify that my commitment to the game of cricket always took precedence over any considerations of nationality. My loyalty was to the sport itself, to the spirit of fair competition, and to giving my best performance, regardless of the team I represented. I must also acknowledge that during my era, the cricketing landscape was different from what it is today. Nationality and eligibility rules were not as rigidly defined, allowing players to have more flexibility in terms of representing different teams. The focus was primarily on the love of the game and the desire to compete at the highest level.
Billy, there are accounts suggesting that you led a strike amongst Australian players during an Ashes series. Could you provide some insights into this matter?
The strike during the Ashes series. It's true that during my time as a cricketer, there were certain instances where the players and cricket authorities faced disagreements, leading to discussions about taking collective action. While I did play a role in advocating for the rights of Australian players, it is important to provide some context to the situation. In the late 19th century, professional cricket was still evolving, and players' rights and working conditions were not as well established as they are today. As cricketers, we wanted fair compensation for our efforts and recognition of the challenges we faced. In that context, strikes or collective actions were sometimes considered necessary to bring about positive change. However, comparing the circumstances of that time to the modern era of cricket, I believe the dynamics have evolved significantly. Today, players have strong representative bodies and more established structures in place to address any grievances or concerns they may have. The players' associations and cricket boards collaborate to ensure fair treatment, improved working conditions, and reasonable remuneration.
Sammy, there's a famous quote attributed to you that says, "Draws are only for bathing in." Could you share your thoughts on the importance of results in cricket, especially for Test cricket?
Yes, that quote has followed me throughout my career. Let me shed some light on it. As a cricketer, I always believed in the thrill of competition and the pursuit of victory. Draws, in my opinion, did not align with that mindset. For me, cricket was about pushing boundaries, taking risks, and ultimately striving for a win. The importance of results in cricket, especially in Test matches, cannot be overlooked. It is the pursuit of victory that adds excitement and intrigue to the game, creating unforgettable moments and captivating fans worldwide.
Albert, it's widely known that you are the only batsman to have struck a ball over the top of Lord's Pavilion. Could you share your thoughts on achieving such a remarkable feat?
Yes, the famous incident of striking a ball over the top of the Lord's Pavilion. It remains a cherished memory in my cricketing career. It was during a match in 1899, playing for Middlesex against Australia. Monty Noble, the talented Australian all-rounder, was bowling with skill and precision. I found myself facing his deliveries, and as he sent down another delivery in his usual style, I swung my bat with determination and anticipation. To be honest, I wasn't entirely confident about the shot. But to my surprise, the ball soared high into the London sky, propelled by the power of my stroke. As it ascended, I watched in awe, witnessing a sight I never expected to see. The ball had struck a chimney on the Lord's Pavilion, altering its trajectory and carrying it over the boundary. The crowd erupted with a mixture of astonishment and admiration. I, too, stood there, amazed by the sheer audacity of what had just occurred. It was as if the ball had transformed into a mere pea suspended in the air, defying the boundaries of the cricket field.
Billy, there have been stories about an incident involving you being kidnapped by W.G. Grace to play for Gloucestershire in their game against Surrey. Can you shed some light on this intriguing tale?
The infamous kidnapping incident involving W.G. Grace and me. It's a tale that has taken on a life of its own over the years. Allow me to share the true account of what happened. During the 1877 cricket season, I found myself in a unique situation. At the time, I was playing for Australia, but my desire to challenge myself against the best players in England led me to sign a contract with Gloucestershire County Cricket Club. Now, playing for a county team while representing a national side was somewhat unconventional, and it created a stir in the cricketing world. As the story goes, W.G. Grace, being the shrewd and influential character he was, saw an opportunity to strengthen his Gloucestershire team. Legend has it that he, with a touch of humour and audacity, orchestrated what was playfully termed a kidnapping to secure my services for a crucial match against Surrey. On the eve of the match, as I was preparing to join my Australian teammates, W.G. Grace spirited me away to Gloucestershire, where I found myself unexpectedly donning the whites for their game against Surrey. It caused quite a sensation and raised a few eyebrows, both in England and Australia. While it's true that the incident took place, I must clarify that it was all done in good spirit and with the consent of everyone involved. It was more of a whimsical act rather than a genuine kidnapping. W.G. Grace wanted to bolster his team with my presence, and the incident became part of cricketing folklore. Looking back, it was a unique experience and a testament to the camaraderie and adventurous nature of cricket during that era. It showed that players were willing to go to great lengths to test their skills and create memorable moments on the field. So, while the term kidnapping may be a bit dramatic, it's a playful reminder of the colourful characters and fascinating stories that have shaped the history of cricket. The incident highlights the passion and audacity that players like W.G. Grace possessed, leaving an indelible mark on the sport. I hope this clarifies the true nature of the incident and sheds light on the playful spirit in which it occurred.
In the storied history of the Ashes, there exists a moment that encapsulates the essence of this timeless rivalry. A moment that transcends borders and defines the celebration of cricketing prowess. It is a scene etched in our collective memory. The England team, with heartfelt reverence, doffing their hats as the great Don Bradman graced the crease for his final Test innings. This poignant gesture embodies the spirit of the Ashes, where cricketing skills intertwine beyond the realm of two nations in competition. That's the essence the remarkable crossover cricketers featured in this story would also subscribe to.